After lengthy and hard-fought negotiations, Mayor Mamdani and members of the city council reached a budget deal just hours before the midnight deadline.
And it's a deal that allows both sides to claim victory, including 30,000 more housing vouchers for New Yorkers, millions of dollars to investigate 9/11 toxins, and expanding transit discounts to 340,000 more people. Political reporter Marcia Kramer is here with that. And what else is in it, Marcia?
Well, Justin, KJ, Mayor Mamdani wanted his first budget to be a victory for working people. But in some respects, the city council may have one-upped him, holding out to almost the 11th hour for priorities the mayor was hesitant to embrace. But still, he got to bask in the fact that as a democratic socialist in the financial capital of the world, he got it done. They walked into the City Hall rotunda from opposite sides of the building for a handshake to seal the deal on a $125.8 billion budget, one that depended on the largesse of Governor Hochul to avoid new taxes on just about everybody except the owners of posh homes. The deal gave the freshman mayor, a democratic socialist, the opportunity to brag about his fiscal chops in the financial capital of the world.
I've been reminded of the words of the Austrian economist Friedrich Hayek. If socialists understood economics, they wouldn't be socialists. If these past months have shown us anything, it is that socialists not only understand economics just as well as the capitalists who came before.
Despite a gaping $12 billion budget hole, the mayor avoided major service cuts because Governor Hochul came to the rescue with a massive bailout package, an extra $4 billion in state aid, pension relief, and class size flexibility that saved over $500 million. The governor blocked the mayor's call to tax the rich, instead approving a pied-à-terre tax on second homes valued at over $5 million. Council Speaker Speaker Menin calling the deal
a budget we can all be proud of.
Menin also in her first term scored some major victories. An expansion of the Fare program, making an additional 340,000 New Yorkers eligible for half fares on buses and subways. A tenfold increase in college savings plans. Now every single public school kindergartner will have a $1,000 college savings account, up from just $100. And $6 million for the Department of Investigation to complete a long-delayed probe about the release of cancerous toxins at Ground Zero. But probably the biggest council victory was forcing the mayor to relent on increasing the CityFIP's housing voucher program. Now an additional 30,000 New Yorkers will be able to avoid eviction. Menin said it was aimed at the affordability crisis.
This crisis is not merely crushing the people of the city, but it is oftentimes pushing them entirely out of the city. So with a substantial investment to sensibly expand housing vouchers, we are helping to keep thousands more families in their homes and out of the shelter system.
But not everyone was happy with the budget deal. The mayor was slammed for apparently caving to his base with a last-minute reversal on hiring nearly 600 more cops. And the Citizens Budget Commission said the mayor failed to fix structural budget problems, which will leave the city with big budget gaps in the future.
Still, he got it done, as you said.
He got it done.
All right. Thank you, Marcia.